Many people think photographing a Northern Lights elopement is just about showing up with a camera and a tripod, when aurora forecast seems to be good. But the truth is, it takes days of planning, hauling gear through snow, waiting for aurora, and most of the time doing everything completely alone. This was Kaylee and Dale's Arctic elopement in Alta, Norway. And in today's episode, I'll go in depth on how I plan and photograph Northern Lights elopements. This episode might be a little bit too photography heavy for a regular viewer who doesn't care about photography, but eventually I'll get to the point and I'll show you all 3 days of working with this couple from Indiana and capturing all their Arctic adventures here in Northern Norway. So if it sounds interesting, keep watching. Well, hello there, it's Friday and I'm prepping for the elopement coming today, actually. Well, the ceremony is tomorrow, but we are gonna go for the Northern Lights hunting already tonight, as long as the weather allows. A lot of people think that we photographers just click a button. We don't. Look at this. It's actually it's not even all it takes to go for a Northern Lights elopement. I need even more gear. I need to think what to pack for tonight, and we might end up really late, and then I need to think what I'm gonna need tomorrow. So let's be smart. Practical tips is to always, when you make your gear ready, take one picture just to make sure that everything works as it should. The card is functioning, autofocus is functioning, like everything is functioning. So that's my little advice. This baby, Nikon Z6 III, is gonna be my main machine for tonight and for the whole shebang. One important thing, this little thing, without it you are not getting far with the Northern Lights. It's a platform for the tripod, otherwise you don't get anywhere. Spare batteries, like million. 1, 2. So tomorrow, today, I think. Now let's put it here. Today. So another spare lens for the sake of having it, I guess. For the grooms, these are my heat socks. I charged them. Work really well. I'm happy about them. Okay, it's for tonight. And these are my huge lifesavers. They are my heat gloves, and they have saved me many times. So, well, these specific ones, I just got them because my old ones, they kind of start getting holes, and again, actually, just the same as with the camera, it's nice to test it out before you go, just to make sure. Ooh, actually, I think they work better than the old ones. I feel the heat immediately, and they are a little bit thicker, like the material is, the fabric is much thicker. And what is different about this is that the battery goes on this side, not on this side, so I don't know how it will affect my performance, but you know, I'll test it tonight. And this is what I'm gonna be using tonight and tomorrow. This will be warm, and this will protect me a bit extra. And these babies, it's my old ones, and I'm afraid that one day they will just stop functioning. And if it's a day when it's -20, then I'm really screwed. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to risk it, and this is why I got another pair. So my rule as a photographer, that if you have anything that is very critical to have, like without it you can't make it, you can't work, double it. Like if it's a camera, double it. If it's a lens, like get another one, spare. If it's batteries, of course, have extra. Because and also, like for me, heat gloves is really something that I cannot live without here in this winter cold. So this is why I got the second pair. Yes, I know it's super expensive, but it's better be prepared than have unfortunate accidents. So what do we have here? I don't think I need all of this. For example, really? These are my micro spikes. I think I should have them. Emergency blanket, sitting pad, good. No, these are a little bit of a nightmare, to be fair. Check that they are working. There will be light. 1, 2, and where is the thingy? Ooh. Okay, this one goes here. Foot warmers, hand warmers, I use them for both. Extra micro spikes, my flash. Really? Fucking mess. It's a fucking mess. Fairy lights. Yes. First aid set kit. And the reason I'm bringing these sandbags is tomorrow we are gonna have a floral arch, and I need to support it, so I think this will be good. Yeah, and actually, but yeah, I'm also using them on my tripods if it's windy, because this will really keep the tripod stable. Before I even took a single photo of the couple, my work has started already on Thursday night, when I had a meeting with Kaylee and Dale, and we set up the final plan for their elopement weekend. Then I picked up a sled that I was planning on using to transport their flowers, and on Friday morning I went to check their ceremony location and make a trail with my snowshoes. It looked like nobody has been walking there in a good while, and I had to make sure that the bride will access the area easily. On Friday evening I picked up their flowers, and I'll show you how I prepped the flower arch for their elopement ceremony. bride and groom wanted to decorate their ceremony location with a flower arch. And I had this round arch that I ordered for another elopement a few years ago. This arch has been through quite a bit. After all, northern Norway can be pretty harsh. But the arch is still serving fairly well. By the way, now that I was assembling it alone for the first time, I realized that it would be easier to just put it down on the floor and assemble it this way, but I only realized it on the day after, not just yet. Well, this is not quite what I saw and envisioned for myself. That's not what I want. So I think I'm gonna rearrange the whole thing like this thing. I don't really love the way it kinda stands. I want it to be more like, looking more like as if it is a part of the arch too. So I've got some extra flowers, luckily, because I knew that I might need it. So let's see if they can be used. Well, it's actually better, I think. Maybe if I add up some snow tomorrow down there, then I think actually it will work. It could actually be easier to adjust these small things tomorrow at the location, but it's not that I have a ton of time tomorrow either, and I'm alone. I need an assistant. I guess, for this kind of work. This could be my retirement plan. Become a florist, or become like a wedding planner, and do this kind of stuff. Well, I think it's as good as it gets, actually. I think it's improved. The only problem, I think actually they meant it to go, this one go on that side, but the thing is, the bride preferred this side of the face, and I thought she is likely lower than the groom, and then grooms end up about here, and you know, like then the flowers like kind of are in their face, and brides, I am a tall one, so like they are usually lower, so they end up something like that. Another reason I did it this way is because she has a long dress, and I thought like if you put it all the way, then these flowers will be covered. So we really needed something more like on this side. So yeah, I guess I need to fix this part too. What do you think? I do. Yeah, okay. And I'm gonna bring these small flowers with me so that I can like do some small tweaks tomorrow. And yeah, well, it looks pretty decent, I would say. I love it. Friday night we went on aurora borealis hunting. The forecast seemed to be most promising this evening, and we got to witness a good aurora show. And I got to capture some great Northern Lights portraits of Kaylee and Dale. elopement day today, and I'm super excited. The beginning of an elopement day is usually quite the same as any other wedding day. Hair and makeup styling, getting ready together or separately, some cozy moments in the morning. And as a photographer, I do pretty much the same routine here as on any other wedding day. I take detailed photos of the dress, the flowers, the stationery, getting ready moment, laughing, sometimes crying, and stuff like that. It's very unique.
Don't mind me.
Working at elopements, I sometimes use whatever help I can get. Partners, friends, brides and grooms, even celebrants. Last year, I even got help from a journalist who followed me on a wedding day because she was writing an article about Northern Lights weddings. This year, I was completely on my own, and I was kind of curious on whether I'll be able to pull it through all by myself. So the leg of the arch broke down, and this didn't surprise me because this happened once before, and luckily it was a wind-free day, so I managed to stabilize the arch with just the sandbags, and it stayed pretty well actually, surprisingly enough. But I can imagine that could have been quite a catastrophe if it was a bit more windy this day. But I think universe was on our side this day, and we got a beautiful sunset and everything looked just awesome. Today's setup ready. Woohoo! I'm pretty happy about how it turned out. Look at this. Gorgeous! It's so gorgeous! Look at this.
Really get that snow effect right on there.
But wait a second.
It's easy, especially when it's not. I promise to stand with you, enjoy, and then dip. I promise to be your teammate and your safe place.
Ready for my 15-pager.
Thank you.
Do we high five?
Do it, go for it. Do you want to put your...
Yeah.
Yeah. Dale, do you need anything like After the ceremony, I realized that we couldn't time it any better because the sun disappeared behind the mountains right after the couple said their vows to each other and kissed each other. This was 7th of February here in the Arctic, and the temperature outside was about minus 12 degrees Celsius, meaning very cold for those wearing wedding attire.
Oh yeah, we'll give that. It's okay.
It's on fire. Oh,
You were saying?
I was just letting you know.
So after the ceremony, I was fast to make a bonfire for Kaylee and Dale and make sure to get some warmth back into them. It looks pretty perfect actually.
Yeah, it does.
You're nailing
that's
it.
perfect, yes. Oh, it's on fire.
We jinxed it.
That's perfect. You're gonna get rid of all the... Okay.
And then you can tell everyone that you learned making perfect marshmallows in Norway.
There you go.
That's the place. Wow,
except
it
you
looks cool. I give it. Now you deserve the title of best marshmallow maker in the whole Norway.
That's an honor. Okay.
Please not in the camera.
I will try not to.
But when you
It's gonna
shake,
go this way.
hold that one in just in case that it doesn't go off.
Okay.
You can shake more. Like shake properly, I mean like really. Otherwise it won't spray. Yes. Okay, try. Okay. Yes, spray. Yes. Towards me. More towards me. Yes. Yeah. Woo!
Oh, how cool.
Okay.
Your hand's gonna be sticky.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me try it. Yeah.
Yeah, anytime.
you interlude charm.
You do what? Oh. That's expert level.
Packing down my gear went fairly fast. I think I'm starting to nail it actually. And then it was time to head to the next location. But before we go, I'll show you some pictures from the morning of this day. Here in Alta we have a place called Sorisniva. Sorisniva is a luxury resort offering both accommodation, awesome culinary experience and other activities, but it is most known for their northernmost igloo hotel built out of ice and snow. A place where you can both see some beautiful ice sculptures and artwork and also have a sleepover in a room made of ice and snow. Every year, the igloo hotel melts down around April and then they rebuild it again in December the following season, and every year the igloo hotel looks slightly different from the year before. New sculptures, new rooms, new facilities. After the igloo hotel, the couple and I took a break from each other and headed back home. But this wasn't exactly the time to nap or chill too much. Well, at least not for me. I had to recharge all the batteries, rearrange my gear, and get ready for another night under the Arctic sky. The night was supposed to be partially cloudy, so I didn't have any big hopes, but my experience tells me that the weather forecast can be very much wrong, and there is always a chance to see some auroras, even if they aren't too grand. Now that we had this flower arch, and I knew the flowers wouldn't leave for a very long after all they have been through, I kinda wanted to make the most out of it, and also test out a new setup for the Northern Lights hunting. So I brought this arch to another location, and once everything was ready, I texted the couple and told them to come over. The lights weren't too grand this night, but the arch, together with the fairy lights, added another level of whimsy and a fairy tale feeling. So I was very glad that we did it, regardless of all the struggle of transporting and assembling the arch in the darkness. Hello! It is Sunday and I'm off to work. One more day of this wedding adventure. And today it's a dog sledding adventure part. I'm just gonna join for some pictures at the end of their dog sledding tour. Yeah, see you soon. Trasti Otrine is a local boutique hotel offering luxury accommodation, amazing dining experiences, and they also are running a husky farm, offering dog sledding both for their clients and anyone who wants to try this experience. By the way, neither of the places I'm mentioning in this video are my sponsors. I'm just explaining what they are and what they offer. Here I'm gonna meet the couple after their dog sledding tour, and I'm gonna take some pictures of them with the dogs and also in the forest nearby. True magic here. And today I'm actually using my new gloves. Very excited to see how it works. But this snow is great. Let me know if the dog is jumping on my back.
They'll all jump.
And what is the name of the other dog, do you know?
Ping.
Pain.
Ping.
Ping.
Like a
As in,
ping
like,
pong?
Not
Yes.
like pain in the ass. I felt like, who the hell calls the dog Pain?
She thought someone was there was devil.
Northern Lights elopements are never predictable. You plan, you prepare, you check the forecasts, and you will never really know how it will unfold. There is always that pressure to make it work, to create something meaningful, to give your couple the experience they came all this way for. But sometimes everything just comes together. We got the Northern Lights on the very first night. A calm, cold ceremony with the most beautiful Arctic golden light. A flower arch that somehow held together just long enough. And later, a quiet evening by the sea, with a bit of auroras dancing above us. This is a heavy one.
I know. I was surprised how heavy. It doesn't look heavy.
I'm just afraid that since it is so heavy, it can
Yeah.
fall off here. And then it will be a funny story. Oh my god. And then, as a final gift, a snowfall in the forest surrounded by happy barking of the huskies. Let's do a disclaimer. This is a choice of these guys, not mine. Okay. Okay, if you go down there, sort of, first, you see that deep step there, so you just plow through and step in that deep step with your kind of backs towards me. Don't go, like, don't fall yet. I need to, like, prepare everything. And yeah, you can hold hands if you want to, or I don't know if it's possible. And basically, anytime. Do you want me to count?
Sure.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, don't get up yet. Okay, can you look at each other a bit more? How does it feel?
It's not too bad, actually.
It's not so bad.
No.
It doesn't always happen like this, but when it does, it feels like everything is working with you. And every time I finish an elopement like this, I take a moment to just say thank you. To the weather, to the light, to the aurora. It might sound strange, But after all these years, it really does feel like we are working together. And this time, it showed up in the best possible way. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my behind-the-scenes process. Tell me in the comments if this is the way you envisioned how it works, or if this process has surprised you a little bit. Bye bye for now, and see you in the next episode.